were sitting here talking about how back in the '90s. There wasn't much of an R&B artist on a song with a rap artist, and you were
That's right.
one of the first to do it with "Are You Still Down?" And Rob G was talking about how that came about.
I wasn't talking about. I want to know how it came
Yeah,
about.
yeah. Now, you know what? Me and Pac linked up through a mutual friend.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that I wanted people to know, after we did the song, he died 2 weeks after he was murdered. He was, and I was never ever really able to enjoy the success of that song, being that my man wasn't here to share the success with me, and so it was kind of like a gift and a curse at the same time. And so, but I really want people to know we were in the studio together. This is when I wasn't just working with his voice that he had pre-recorded, and when, we had an interaction together, man. It was a vibe in the studio, and we talked about our relationships and what was going on in life. To be able to inspire the song, what we're gonna write about, man. You know what I mean? Why are me and you in the studio right now? You got a whole lot to say, and I got a whole lot to say. So what are we gonna write about?
How long did it take for the soul song to come together?
Man, I swear we had a whole song written in like 3 hours, man.
What?
Yeah. I mean, I heard the beat made by my man Johnny J. Rest in peace as well. He's he made the beat, and so Pac played me the beat, and I was like, oh man, that's it right there. But it was actually Tupac that sang me the hook. They said, this is how the hook go. If you can imagine Pac singing, "Girl, it's alright."
Yeah.
It was pretty cool though. I mean, I'll never forget that. And the last thing that he said to me was, it was about 4 a.m. I'm leaving in the studio. It's it's just late, and I'm tired. So we banged the song all. He just, all right, man, I gotta go. Late. I'm tired, bro. Man, you leaving already, man? He's like, man, I love you, bro. And I was like, man, I love you, man. He's like, don't waste your talent, JB. He's like, that's the last thing he said to me.
And that was the last time you saw him?
That was the last time I talked to him or saw him. Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to call the hospital when he was still, on the respirators, and, he was still here with us.
Right.
And I was trying to call, but there was no way to get through. They weren't letting phone lines through or whatever.
Yeah.
Everyone was trying to get in touch with him. So, and I was actually in London at the time of his shooting. I was finishing up the album out there. So it was just, it's still hard to even talk about in terms of because I never really got to ever let anyone know, just how bad that hurt me. And I don't think even if I do try to tell you, it'll come out right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I wanted to ask you, how does it feel now to hear it or even perform it for
yeah,
you?
it's
Is
just
it emotional
it's
for
the
you?
after. It's the it's like the afterlife. For me, it's like he gets to exist in my memory forever. And exist in our memory as his fans forever. But to be able to share a song with the man is definitely a huge honor. It's a badge of honor I wear. You know what I mean? And I truly feel blessed to have had that that gift that God gave me to be able to work with that man and have this song to be able to last the test of time.
Yeah.
Was there any particular thing about Pac that maybe the average person doesn't know? Is there anything that you can share about him?
Extremely kind, extremely loving, extremely humble, extremely giving, hard worker. Said, man, if you don't record 3 songs a day, man, you wasting time, man. You wasting my time. Look, we need to go in the other room. Look, I walked in the other room, and he recorded To Live and Die in L.A., the vocals right in front of me.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, then we went and finished up Are You Still Down? So, I mean, that lets you know his productivity level. And it was probably another song that he did later on after I left the studio. You know what I mean? So
You banged out one.
right.
He said, 3,
he got
let's
an
go.
Like, he got Alanis Morrisette coming right after me. No, I mean, honestly, like, he was working with everybody. He actually was working with Alanis Morrisette, bro.
Oh, wow.
Like, yeah, he was set to do a song with her next.
Really?
Yeah, he was going to make a whole new element. Like, you got to understand, Dr. Dre and Eminem hadn't even come out yet. There hadn't been a
Biracial duo.
A biracial duo other than me and Babyface. We had done
Right.
with Someone to Love, but not an MC with an R&B guy. And the labels were afraid of this. They were like, "Well, we can't have a hip hop song and an R&B song together. That's 2 different formats, and they don't play rap music on R&B stations, and they don't play really R&B on hip hop stations."
Yeah.
Well, I was like, well, this is a brand new hybrid for you. You know what I mean? So you better figure out how to work it. And they they didn't really know how to do it, and it was, unfortunately, it took his demise, and him not being here physically with us for that to seem valuable to the label. They were like, oh, okay, well, I guess we have to go with this now, you know what I mean? And at that point, I was already kind of like feeling some type of way about that, you know what I mean? As far as like just even not having him here to vouch for me, man.
Yeah.
And so I really had to take it to his mother, and if it wasn't for Afeni Shakur to stand up for me and talk to the necessary powers that be, you know what I mean? Let them know, no, Pac sincerely wanted this song to come out. Pac never played his mother, Afeni, his music, because most of the time it had so much cursing in it that she didn't really want to hear that. But this was a song that he played his mother, and he for sure played her. He was proud of it, and she let me know when we met, because I sang at his memorial. After his memorial, his mom invited me back to her house, Afeni's house in Atlanta. So I was able to chop it up with her, and she told me, she's like, "No, my son really loved this song," which is the reason why the first release of his album that came out right after his death was entitled "Are You Still Down?"
Wow.
Well,
Jon B.
Wow.
Jon B in the studio right now talking about the song Are You Still Down with Tupac. One of the few people that actually got in the studio with Pac physically, not when after Pac died, somebody put their vocals on a song with Pac. You actually were in the studio with Pac. And you were talking about one of the first to have, someone black and R&B and hip hop on a song together, but black and white.
Absolutely.
And growing up in LA, I mean, we were talking about this earlier. They had a slogan called "No Color Lines," and
That's
this
right.
was around the same time.
That's
so
right.
you guys broke barriers.
That's right.
So I want to get into the song right now because I'm feeling it right now.
I just got the chills right now.
I'm getting
Talking about it.
emotional right
Yeah.
now. So man, Are You Still Down? Jon B in the studio. Pac, rest in peace, baby. It's 97.9 The Box.